I mean, I've done this on multiple occasions. It just doesn't last much longer than a couple minutes after the fact.
That's fair.
It's not even showing up on my end.
It just popped up for me.
Mine.
I'm currently in ad break. I'm not even bothering to unmute until it's finished.
Yeah, I dislike the fact that Twitch gives the ads and stuff, but also it makes me like 10 cents an ad, so I don't mind it that much.
You dirty rat, why'd you up the hydrate?
I made it so you can only do it once every 2 minutes, and the hydrate is slightly more expensive. Mostly so I don't choke to death while drinking.
I assume you did that mostly because I paid for it like 3 times in a row a couple times while you were
did
playing
mostly
Dark
because
Souls.
of Demon.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he did, I think, 26 times in a row at one point.
Oh. I mean...
So it's slightly more expensive. Not a cooldown? It should have a cooldown. Does it not?
I mean, you could have someone cast it twice.
You're welcome to try it. there should be a
while I load
cooldown.
my Twitch back up then.
Ellie could try. Ellie, can you do it?
It's saying out of stock, check back later. So I'm assuming it's the cooldown.
Yeah, it's cooldown for every 2 minutes, mostly so I can...
Oh, so the cooldown applies to everyone, not just the person who cast it?
It should only be for the person who cast it, because Ellie casted it. But yeah, mostly it's so I don't choke to death while attempting to swallow. Or trying to talk.
How dare you prioritize your personal health over our entertainment?
I just tried to buy it. It didn't work.
Health will be the greatest.
Yep, it looks like it's on everyone.
Oh, is it for everyone? It should be for everyone.
Yeah, I just tried to buy it. It didn't work.
Damn. I need to figure out how to get around that. Hold on. Let me go do that because I know it's everyone's favorite thing. So let me go play with that real quick.
I mean, between that and our otherwise options, are basically you can just be summed up as listen to you try and turn this into a musical, or sit down and listen to the same, basically identical stream, except you're not allowed to curse.
Let's see. Cooldown.
So
There's not really a lot of options.
If I pay for sing mode, are you obligated to sing your DMing to us?
Oh no!
That's what I was thinking.
Only if you... Alright, well, that's annoying. I don't know how to do this, so I'm going to remove the cooldown for now. Just to make it so, yep, I will increase it to 750 points, specifically just for the fun stuff. But yeah, for singing the sing song thing, I'll just have to do everything in sing song for like, how long is this?
20
5 minutes ish.
Okay.
So.
Oh no.
Hey.
Get ready, Ethan. I think you're about to get started with making musicals.
It's pretty good. Oh no, I have to do a musical milkshake.
Mark my words, it's going to happen sooner or later.
It's kind of staying hydrated. Also drink water.
I have my water as well.
If you make it into a musical, I'll be less sad this episode.
I doubt that, but no! Y'all also welcome to suggest custom redemption stuff as well in the chat or wherever, and I might add them.
Redemption? I'm confused.
Huh?
Redemption stuff?
Like different things.
Yeah, like hydration or singing or no cursing, etc.
Oh.
Yeah, you're welcome to suggest them.
Pats someone on the head.
But anyways, don't do my intro real quick. Hello and welcome, dear patrons, to the Tables of Tartarus, a chapter of Purgatory Corner. I'm your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and today we're going to be discovering the tale of shifting fates. Come on in, take a seat, and let your imagination run free. Today I'm here with, as you guys can hear, Eleonora. Eleanor? Eleanor's dead. Shaky. Shaky's also dead. Oliver. And Rowena. I don't cast Resurrection now, all of you. Greater Resurrection? Mass Resurrection?
Oh my gosh, what the heck? Somebody buried me already!
6 feet deep and sometimes 7.
I think maybe we just needed you to sing it.
You're
Oh
right,
my
sorry.
God.
Eleonora!
No.
Fuck! Alright.
Oh my god.
Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, last episode,
Frick
as
you.
you guys got to wonderfully witness, the group got to meet Eleanor's grandpappy, or as I like to call it, her great-grandpee. It's the grayest man on the planet, also just a cruel, cruel, evil person, but also not really. Morality's fun to play with nowadays. God, the milk is messing my throat up, but it's fine. And then y'all came back to the tower. Y'all actually met Ezekiel, a wandering, Semi seemed like a part-time librarian. He said he was a part-time alchemist. Said he was also a part-time brewer. So he seems to have a lot of fists and a lot of pies. So we'll see how that flows. You guys also got to see him mostly talk about the cult. Got to talk about the fact that Ellie's friend Jackson is in the cult, it seems, from what he can tell. He has hired you guys, essentially. I believe it was 2 gold a person, I think. Shaky, was that right?
Sounds
I'm
right.
pretty sure it was a lot higher than that, but okay.
Oh, no,
I
it
can't
was
remember.
10 gold a person. That was right. 10 gold a person.
I didn't write it down.
Fair enough. 10 gold a person in order to effectively get into the church, dismantle the church, and most importantly, make it so the church is distracted while he kills a god. God.
I think I talked him up to 20 because of the god thing.
You might have talked about 20. You will have agreed regardless, so we'll go with 20 gold a person. Y'all came back to the tavern. He was giving
Plus expenses. He hasn't
Yeah.
covered our expenses either. That's 40
Need
gold lump
mental
sum.
and emotional damage.
Oh my god.
We'll get to that once you guys have seen. You guys are also gonna be exploring the actual town itself today, I believe. Once y'all get past that, you can discuss monetary gain from him.
Counseling costs extra. We'll send him a bill.
Fair enough. Anyways, y'all came back to the tavern. You saw him talking with Oliver, specifically giving Oliver a potion. 3 potions, to be exact.
I don't think I ever actually added those to my inventory. Hold on a sec.
Oh yeah, if my audio is being weird, feel free to let me know. Anyways, he gave you 3 potions of sundering, so essentially... it's so crying face. So essentially, these potions are able to lower the AC by 1 of either armor or shield, depending on what it slams against, specifically metal armor or shield. So cloth doesn't work, for example. Just a regular potion of sundering, which apparently is not a thing, weirdly enough, but is now a thing. And then Shaky went to bed, Rowena walked over to this section of the bar, drinking herself to sleepish. Not quite sure the extent of your drinking, but lots of drinking, trying to get her mind around existence. I don't know what Oliver's doing because he wasn't here last session. And Ellie is also sleeping on the bar.
Well, I'm not asleep yet, but yeah, I'm at the bar.
I'm just gonna mark this as a rare item.
Nice. She will eventually be sleeping on the bar. I can tell. But yes, that's basically what happened last episode. Shaky is going to sleep. Rowena is up here. Eleanor is still at the bar. Bartender is just smiling at her. It's technically nighttime at the moment. Your Twitch is being slow. Oh no. And Oliver is over here. Hi, Pocket. So you guys are welcome to do what you want, or you guys just take a long rest. Let me know what you guys want to do.
I mean, these details in mind, an understanding for what we're about to be thrown into, and the fact that the rest of the group is probably agreed. That adds to the fact that my disguised self probably only has about 20 minutes left. I'm probably going to excuse myself from the tavern.
Fair enough.
And actually go looking for materials.
Nice. That's actually a smart plan.
So I'm just going to head up from. Gosh darn it! I'm going to get up from my seat.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while.
You're
Oh,
good.
that's not it either. Uh-oh.
Use your arrow keys.
Yeah, you can
I'm
do that.
trying, but I apparently just screwed over. Oh, I'm making new tabs. That's what's going on. There we go.
You got this, Oliver.
Okay, so I'm just going to give the guy a quick goodbye of I'll probably see him at the location at his requested time, and excuse myself to go looking for materials.
Okie dokie. Ellie, what are you doing? Aside
Running
from dancing
away
like a
from
mad woman,
my emotions and my problems.
you cannot run away
Dancing
from
with
these problems.
myself. Oh.
You cannot run away from me. I am your god. In this case, literally, but still.
I'm likely just going to sit with the bartender for a bit and either join Ruina or Shaky. Probably Shaky because he's probably asleep by now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather not be alone.
Oh my
And I
god,
think
are we becoming
Ruina
friends?
is having and I think
I mean,
Ruina is
you
having
drank
too much
together,
of
I hope
a
you're at least that much
world-shattering
by
moment.
now.
Yeah, Ruina, speaking of, what you, last we checked, you walked off into this corner, with a rather large, alcoholic drink, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and I charged it to that other person.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she charged it to Ezekiel, who didn't seem to care.
I'm starting to wonder if we're literally assisting a god and destroying another god to take its place.
Were you planning on
honestly,
drinking that all
I wouldn't be
night,
surprised.
or?
Did I get like the bottle?
Yeah.
I think I did.
Hi,
Yeah.
Brianna.
No, I am not going to drink it all tonight. Ruina knows that she needs to be somewhat clear-headed tomorrow.
Maybe.
Does she? We're not going to be doing this until midnight.
Yeah, you can be tipsy.
Yeah, I
Blackout
mean-
drunk is fine.
Shaky knows a good recipe.
Oh god.
No, Ruina is more of a strategic type of person. She knows going into battle, she needs to be
Not
present.
drunk off her ass.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially considering a couple of things.
Yeah. So you just don't drink for a little while, head up to bed, and pass out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try and avoid everyone.
So Ellie,
my
you know,
question.
a couple hours pass, you see Ruina kind of getting up, probably a little bit tipsy at this point, heading off to the bed. The bartender is just doing what he always does, smiling at you, cleaning some glasses. It seems it's practically the air quote dead of night at this point. And so, you know, no one's in the bar except for you and him. And he just kind of smiles at you. He's just like, been a long time, Ellie.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
Wasn't really expecting you to come back.
Well, I mean, get homesick. But, I mean, even Jackson came back around after each of his adventures, so
That's true.
I guess it just makes sense.
Kind of figured you and him would, you know, taken up venturing together. Haven't seen him for a while. Figured you two had gone off and made merry.
I mean, that would have been nice, but as you know, he left me here again without a word where he was going. And yeah, apparently he's been close by the entire time. And I didn't know that.
Yeah. We haven't heard many stories about those folks around here. All we know is folks go missing from here, usually those without parents. They go off and we don't hear about them again. Ain't the worst thing in the world. They usually ain't the happiest folks, and so they disappear, and honestly, we just hope they're doing okay. Shut
Yeah.
up, train. Sorry.
You're not wrong, but still, it definitely hurts that he's literally been right there the entire time and I could have helped him or done something of the sorts.
He
But I'm
slowly
also
pushes
still
a
pretty
glass of water towards
angry.
you.
I'm still pretty angry at the fact that he didn't bring me with him again. So instead, I had to leave as a distraction because I couldn't handle it anymore. Trying to keep doing all-nighting jobs at the tavern, waiting for him at the edge of the forest, dealing with Gramps. It just wasn't working. So I don't know.
Maybe he just wanted to keep you safe.
Maybe, but who's keeping him safe at this point? He ended up in a freaking cult and brainwashed.
Well, only stories I've heard of them so far is happy ones, so maybe he's doing good over there. I don't know.
Yep, and I'm left here. I don't know why I'm getting emotional and upset over him because it just. Yeah, we grew up together and all these fun moments, but it's just. I don't get it. At all. He left me to do another adventure. Again, it's per usual. I should be used to it. But I heard he's been close by the entire time. And I could have just stayed here instead of leaving and waited. Maybe he even came back while I was gone. Who knows? But I just can't. I don't know.
Well, kid,
El-
maybe
Ellie
this is your
proceeds to
chance
try
to
to
save
drink the
him.
drink.
She what?
Ellie tries to drink the water.
He kind of nods and goes back to cleaning a cup, and he's like, well, hey, things happen for a reason, it seems. Maybe this is world saying, go get him, tiger, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get him in some sort of way. But even if I see him, will I be able to interact? Or am I just gonna fall apart like I am now and not be able to do anything? And it's really frustrating because I don't know how to handle it
Well,
and what I'm
Nora,
going through.
there's one thing that I know of the many years that you've bartended over here. There is one thing I'm fairly confident about. You will beat the ever-loving shit out of that man until his senses come back, or you're gonna beat the ever-loving shit out of whatever is controlling him. Because that's what you do. You are honestly kind of terrifying, but more importantly, you care more than most people that I know. Which, considering the area, isn't saying much, but you know what I mean. It's a compliment. Life takes a while to figure out, you know? It's difficult, especially being alone all the time. He kind of like looks wistfully around the bar, but sometimes life gives you a calling, and you just gotta go hunt for it. You weren't meant to be around here, kid. Since the day that we got you, I knew you were gonna go up and grow up and beat the shit out of monsters until they fucking cried. That's honestly your entire personality in a nutshell. Is something hurts me, I hurt it back more. So these little kids around here, they ain't the nicest folks. And, well, Gramps is an asshole. But you're a smart girl. And it seems like you have a fun group around you. So, maybe this is just life's way of saying, hey, we're giving you something good now, you know?
Yeah, that definitely helps. Thank you.
I'm a bartender, girl. I listen, I talk. It's what I do.
I
Though,
know.
funny enough, in the so many years that you've been here, I don't think you've ever asked my name, girl.
Nope. I always assumed it was part of the tavern.
Grumble was my great-great-grandpappy. Kind of similar to your
Fair enough.
grandpa, but it's a little bit nicer of a folk. Always loved to tell stories. Told me that tavern's a place that adventurers come to share, to grow. A tavern is a place that holds these stories. And a bartender is one that tells them over and over and over again. So that's what I do here.
So, with all this wonderful advice and all these great words of wisdom, what's the name that gets to go with it?
My grandpappy always believed the names were just kind of weird, so honestly, I'd just go with bartender or Grumble. Grumble's just the name we pass along, though I doubt my lines don't go anywhere.
Well, you never know. I mean, you do keep patronizing me about grandkids, so
Hey,
maybe
you
can
ever get a
steal
kid,
gnome.
you name him Grumble for me, alright?
Maybe a middle name.
Have him be a bartender, grow up with a family lineage, you know? Grandpappy would be proud.
Yeah, he would. And so would you.
Just a little bit, you know? My little girl all grown up and being the share of gods. Look at that. Always knew you were a special kid.
I'm glad both of my kind of parents are proud of me in their own sort of way.
Yeah. Your grandpa he ain't the best of folks, but he did his best raising you.
Yeah,
Ain't good,
I'm sure it
but
wasn't easy trying to take care of someone that outgrows you.
well, he kept stealing his damn sticks. What was he gonna do about it?
True.
Now, kid, you better get some sleep. You got a long day ahead of you.
Sleeps for the weak, and I don't think anything I don't think anything can prepare me for the chance of me seeing Jackson again. In
Well,
whatever
just think of it this
state he's
way.
in.
If he smiles at you, slap him.
And if he doesn't,
Kick him in the nuts? I don't know.
so just beat him up in some sort of way.
That's what you do, ain't it?
Not always.
He raises an eyebrow at you.
Granted, you don't see Jackson and I out that much outside of the tavern, so
Yeah, fair. Alright, kid. Well, we ain't closing, so if you ever need another talk, come down. But for now, head up, get some sleep. I'll make sure your friends
fine.
go up too.
I'm sure they will.
Alright. So the night passes without pretty much any incident. The bar is pretty much a 24/7 bar. You've never actually seen Grumble sleep, interestingly enough. No matter how many
Nope.
overnights that you spent, no matter how many times he technically opens the bar, he closes the bar. He is the night shift and the day shift. You've never seen this man sleep.
He is God.
He's a bartender. He ain't God.
Is made like a warforged or something?
Who knows?
Just secretly he's a golem or machine.
He's an alcoholic golem. It's fine.
Gramps doesn't die, and he never sleeps.
Yeah. It's a wonderful village.
Or he's an elf.
Or he's an elf. But yeah, the night passes without much issue. Day arises. I assume, Oliver, you do your usual routine with your amulet, which, interesting enough, actually works better here. You feel a much closer connection than you did before. Every time you've done it in Helios, you feel a sense of warmth almost. That kind of floods through you for a second after you've done it, which is very different from Ryotao, which at best you would get like a passing feeling of someone watching you, essentially. But here it's like a full-on feeling of like kind of warmth.
He is
seeping into
stalking
your
me.
Someone's watching. It's fine.
And the question I'm probably going to ask today is if he knows anything about Equinox.
I would say, hold on just a moment. Actually, roll me a religion check real quick, if you would. Might as well use that since it exists. Let's see. I would say you probably don't get much of anything. You get passing sensation of, at best you would call it almost confusion, but it's just a kind of passing sensation that you don't get much from.
Oh gosh. Oh, hey Sin. Also, just so it's out there, I camped out outside of the town last night.
Fair. All right.
Oh,
makes sense.
And I spent some time outside out of the town looking for ingredients if I could find anything. Or would I? I
Roll
don't
me a
know. Would I have
survival
had
real
enough
quick.
time?
You
Alright,
you definitely would have had enough time, yeah. I would say you probably find enough to make one potion. So not a whole lot.
I have done nothing but look for potion regens for the last 3 hours. I don't know.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
not as much over here. It seems more like just natural plant life is over on this side. And a lot of it has heat resistance, to some degree. It's one of the attributes, I guess, has minor heat resistance that if you get enough of them, you probably could make into a heat resistance potion. But it just seems like a passive trait that almost all of these plants have. It's just natural heat resistance. To a very minor degree, but still there. But yeah, all you guys wake up. Let's see, Ellie, Rowena, and Shaky would all be in the same room. We'll just
No,
see.
Rowena went to a separate room away from everyone.
Oh yeah, right. All right, so Shaky and Ellie would wake up in similar room again. Rowena, you would probably wake up maybe a little bit after they do. Do you two want to share anything? You two just kind of being you. Or...
Morning, when did you get here?
Only like a few hours ago.
Could have sworn I locked the door, but it's fine. There's a second bed. I'm gonna go get breakfast.
Bye.
Should I move back to the bar? Keep always moving off the bar and then moving back into the bar because I'm dumb. There we go. Back in the bar. We're gonna put you. Oops. We're gonna put you up here, and we're gonna put you in here. We'll keep Rowena right there. Cool. Bartender gives you a nod as you walk down the stairs, and kind of up to him. He's like, "Hello."
Hey, barkeep. Give me whatever you got.
Kind of looks behind him, starts fiddling around with some stuff. Before he kind of places in front of you a small bowl of what looks to be meat pieces shoved inside of almost like mashed potatoes of some sort. Looks pretty appetizing, actually.
Nice. I'm gonna walk over to where Rowena is sitting.
Nice. Yeet.
I'm just gonna take a seat. I'm gonna be... Did you even go upstairs last night, or did you fall asleep right here?
Does it even matter?
Not really, just making small talk.
You didn't learn your lesson from last night?
I'm an exceptionally stubborn person.
Okay. Makes sense, I guess. I don't think I grabbed anything to eat.
Gonna scoot the bowl over.
I'm not taking anything from you.
Offer stands.
I can barely stand your presence.
So
You
brutal.
wound me. You wound me with your cruel, cruel words, killer. I think I'm revoking your first name. Rats. I'm calling you killer now.
Only if you wish to have me kill you.
I'm starting to think you're not gonna follow through on that threat.
Mm,
She was too stunned to speak.
for real. I'm myself.
Just stares at him, like looking at her knife, looks back and looks back at knife, looks back at him, slowly starts eating the food.
Go get some breakfast, killer.
Don't tell me what to do. She'll go get some breakfast.
Oh, I love it. Ellie, you gonna walk it down at this point, or are you attempting to find the will to live?
Both. Both
Alright,
is
fair
good.
enough.
So I'll just slowly make my way down the stairs and plop.
Bleh. Bleh.
Get some breakfast, of course. Say good morning to Grumble. And just be dead for a bit.
You probably walk up to the bar at the same time that Rowena does. You look significantly more dead than even she does.
What the fuck happened to you?
Oh, just not not fun long nights. I don't know how to put it. I might as well have been hit by a boulder at this point. I'd probably want to be hit by a boulder at this point.
Couple trains.
Honestly, I'd rather maybe I'll like I'm at the point I'm like willing to have Shaky's weird concoction for migraines and such. I just I'm tired.
I mean, I could totally understand. You've been around Shaky more than I have, and if I have trouble being around him so much, I don't know how you stand it, so. You know, you look fantastic for what you've been through.
Thanks. I think mostly just Shaky reminds me a bit of my old friend growing up, so that's why it's tolerable, but also really hard at times.
We are totally going to fail the Bechdel test this episode. I'm calling it right now.
I totally missed what you said. What was that?
We're totally going to fail the Bechdel test at this rate.
Still failed to catch it.
We're
You
gonna
know what?
fail
Don't worry
it.
about it.
It's okay, it's okay.
Ellie just confused.
So, was it really real life that's been wearing you down, or is it your... Verena's having a hard time saying this nicely because she totally doesn't believe that Ellie's talking to gods. Ah. Or is it, you know, the other stuff?
It's a life thing. Just, I mean, long story short, and I'm sure the barkeep can vouch for this, is
Hell
the forest
yeah.
has been the forest has been rough, but there's been good times, and my childhood best friend guy crush thing, I don't even know. And
They're gonna have
suddenly
kids one
hearing
day. They're gonna name her after me.
okay, I don't even know how he feels. I don't even know what I'm feeling. So, anyway, just the fact of the matter is that, oh, hey, we're sisters. And hey, Jackson's been nearby this entire time. And I just am all over the place, basically. I feel like I could have done more to help him. I should have followed him, but I didn't. And actually, I wouldn't even been able to follow him because he didn't tell me, and I'm just rambling. I'm sorry. It's just been a long 24 hours, and it's going to be extra long once we go to that cult because he might be there. Ellie tries to choke back on tears.
Yeah, that sounds like quite a bit to deal with. It sounds like maybe you should focus on just the objective of destroying the cult, not all the little threads that might be tied to it. You know? Like, I'm just focusing on. Apparently, people don't want me to just kill them. So, I'm focusing on figuring out how exactly not to kill them.
Well, I guess it's a good thing you were given dull arrows.
Well, yes, there's that. But then there's also. I don't think they're going to do as much as is necessary when the time comes. Because I feel like there's going to be some sort of how would you describe it? I'm thinking the word ultimatum, but
Altercation?
no, like a combination of all the stuff, especially when Ezekiel is worried about being attacked while doing this ritual. You know? Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, fair. I'd like to put him in like a safe bubble of sorts, honestly. Because
And
there's only 4 of us, and I don't know how well we'll be able to not separate or keep an eye on him while trying to deal with the enemy all at the same time.
Yes, I think there's going to be more problems than just like these people who think everything should be equal. I feel like there's going to be some sort of like big mean person that comes out and they don't care about the people that I'm supposed to be caring about as well. Not killing the minions, if you would let me call them that. And so they're willing to sacrifice those small people, but I'm supposed to be careful with them. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, fair. Ezekiel did say that the 2 major gods would just completely destroy the whole town as a whole, but we don't know what the equality goddess would do.
Technically,
For
he
the
said
sake of
that if she got
stuff.
to full power, or specifically if the ritual got interrupted or it wasn't finished by 2 a.m. technically, she would get to full power and then y'all would be nuked. That's kind of what he was saying. I don't think he said nuked though. I think he just said basically the 2 gods would just powerhouse the town. But effectively it would be nuked.
basically nuked.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Shit, damn it.
to rationalize this all, and also how you said, like, you brought it up, the sister thing, the cousin thing. I don't know. It's weird. I'm trying to focus on one thing at a time. Where's the tiefling?
Honestly, that's a good question and a really good distraction. I have no idea where he
Bartender
is.
kind of raises his eyebrow at the 2 of you, still just slowly cleaning his cup. He's been just standing there cleaning like 1 cup for your entire conversation.
Just super into the story, just not.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's just like listening. He's just like slowly cleaning his cup.
Behind you too, Shaky is pulling out his his reeded pan flute, and he's panic casting disguise self. Disguising myself as human Oliver again.
I was gonna ask when, like, that would have wore off by now.
Oh,
Hours ago.
He was groggy. It was the morning.
It's just fucking normal Shaky walking down, walking up to the bartender, getting his food, walking back. Bartender doesn't even say a word about it either. Fucking Shake's like shit.
Bartender could see through the disguise all along.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my god.
But anyway, yeah, I guess there's a lot to think on.
We should probably
breakfast.
figure out where everyone is, eat breakfast, and happy distractions.
Yes. That'd be great.
Oliver, you would be the first one to see Ezekiel. He would not probably see you. Would you turn to your human form and then walk up to him, or would you let him walk into the bar, then follow him as human?
I mean, I'm probably not going to go into the bar with that, using the disguise anyway, but I might intentionally allow him to see me do it. Just simply because it's like, we're about to work with this guy. He's probably going to need to know.
That's fair.
I'm probably just going to give him a look, just to make a casual. Not exactly certain how the light side really handle most folks like me here, and then just cast as disguise self.
Nice. He kind of like looks at you for a second as you disguise yourself, and he just kind of shrugs and just continues walking. He does not seem even the slightest bit perturbed about the fact that you just shifted from being a tiefling to being human. He does not seem at all perturbed, and then y'all walk into the forest, well, the forest area proper, as I assume you were a little bit away from where any gnome would be able to randomly see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is kind of the general point, and the primary reason I slept outside, because I spent literally all of my spell slots for the previous day just trying to maintain human form.
Yeah, so y'all eventually get to the tavern, walk in. I'm gonna put Ezekiel on the field if I remember where his shit is. Nope. Yes, no, yes, no, yes. Boop. There we go. Oddly enough, he looks like Lin-Manuel Miranda with that picture.
I was just about to say that.
You know, that's gonna be kind of his semi-canon look, as he looks slightly like Lin. It's gonna be a slightly canon look. But anyways, he walks in, and he's just kind of holding a book, and then he closes it before looking up at both you girls. Hello! Good to see you up in the morning. It's probably about 6 o'clock a.m.-ish.
Is it a good morning, or is it a morning to be good on? Because I'm choosing violence this morning.
It's a fantastic morning. We get to go discover, more information. In fact, we get to go discover more information about a specific deity. What better morning could there be?
Ellie slams her head on the counter.
Oh, goodness.
She doesn't seem to be having the best morning.
It's a long story.
He pulls out his book again. I got time.
Do we, though? Because I feel like we have something to prepare for.
Well,
If you want a story, you can ask the barkeep, but we have other things to focus on, like Rowena said.
fair. He kind of closes his book and puts it back into his bag. Alright, so first step of the day, eat breakfast, however you do so. And then we're going to go over to the Equinox, I think is what, no, I called it, I had a name for it, on.
That Equinox was the name.
Mercy?
It is the name, okay, yeah, because I'm dumb, God, my mouth is not working with me for... Ignore me. It's like, we're gonna go to the town Equinox, we want to discover the area, I won't go into the town, they refuse me, but I'll show you where I'm actually going to be. I should be just outside the town, preparing the spell and everything. As long as you close the gates and make a big enough ruckus, they won't go outside of the gates. In fact, they won't know I exist. So basically, I'll just need you four. He like turns around and looks at Shaky. 4, to make as big a distraction as possible. Also, there are 2 particular individuals who reside inside the church. Those 2 are so closely tied to the goddess Equinox that if they don't die, or, put to rest, she'll come back. And she will be pissed. And we really don't want that. Well, you guys don't want that. I couldn't care less. I assume you guys just don't want Rampaging Goddess to go around at about a little bit more power level than y'all murdering towns of people. But, you know.
Don't worry, boss. We'll take care of your cultist problem, or my name isn't Joshua Graham.
But good to hear.
The last thing we need, he's sort of deranged deity-esque individual while causing a ruckus.
Good
and
to
with
hear.
that, he says, walking up towards Ruina and Eleonora.
Mm-hmm.
I think this might prove useful, he says, placing a bottle containing a blue fizzy concoction on the table.
Well, that's pretty looking.
This is an elixir of flight.
Are you sure?
I'm not exactly expecting to find much use in this sort of thing, but I get this feeling one of you might find some level of it.
Fly away. It's like
Well?
potion of flight. That's a smart plan, probably.
I don't know if I'd use it because I'm more of an on-ground person. Close fighter, you know? With my fry
Fair
pan.
enough.
It's not a boomerang.
Bad enough.
I'm more liable to abuse it than use it, so...
Oh, I'd
Okay,
love to see
fine. I
that.
guess that means it's mine.
Alrighty.
Slowly shoves it onto Ruina's purse.
Trade. No, I don't want to. I don't want to trade currency. Give item to Ruina.
Yeah, Ezekiel's like, alright, well, I'll be outside on, the road out, so feel free to just come over there whenever. We'll be starting this, everything. I'll be starting my preparations at about 11 o'clock p.m. Before that, we have all the time in the world to go explore the area, interact with the citizens, find out everything, figure out the weak spots of the children, all the normal stuff you do.
Yay, sounds wonderful. I'd love to meet the citizens.
At this point, at the very least, I get this feeling I'm probably gonna need to go and check it out sometime today. As much as I hate to say that, Oliver just says, rubbing his forehead.
It should be fine, as long as you guys don't stir the pot and you vaguely look like you're either siblings or married. They won't bother you in the slightest. They'll welcome you with open arms. If you do stir the pot, though, well, my preparations can't start early, so you have to knock out the entire town by midnight, but,
I just tap the blue vial on my belt sash. Just like, I have my own plans of looking around in some level of I'll just say it's a bit deeper than just simply what you see through the naked eye.
Running away is also a valuable option if you start things too early, which would namely be by punt-kicking a child, or starting a fight, but I don't think you'll do that.
Excuse me?
Ellie's size.
If a child stabs you, it just means that they're not in their right mind, probably, unless they're a very hateful child.
You're telling me, I thought you said the other day that they're non-hostile without provocation.
Exactly. If you provoke them, they may stab you, but as long as you don't rock the boat, they won't make you punt kick them. If they do make you punt kick them, they're probably just a really mean person.
I'm just gonna apply this to my glasses and take a look around.
Alright, that works. He just kind of turns on his heel and starts walking out the doors. And come get me when you're ready to start walking.
Oh my gosh.
Do 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 do.
I bet there's something he's not telling us intentionally.
I feel like there is.
Oh, there
But
has
now
got to be something.
But now we have to partner up because even though, yes, I have a sister, we're not brother and sister. And I think that'll maybe disrupt the equality thing, but I don't know.
Oh, goodness.
We're gonna need a new identity.
Oh,
I'm
no.
thinking, how do y'all feel about... I got it. I'll be Mick, and you'll be Ralph. We'll be Mick and Ralph.
Sure.
Bartender is just clean his glass, but he's looking like very it's like watching he's like almost like he's eating popcorn. He's very invested. And he's like, Nick and Ralph, good names.
We're the
Okay.
purveyors of a store called Mick and Ralph's, and we've come here in search of goods.
I've dealt with a few merchants. I hopefully can pull off that sort of mindset.
And we're accompanied by... You said we had to be related. We're accompanied by our sisters each.
Okay, go on.
Can I take one?
This is just too interesting. Weave your web, storyteller.
This is gonna take one heck of an explanation. Never mind. I guess they are half elves.
I mean, siblings better than partners. Would you rather try to act all cutesy and coupley?
I mean, we could just say, hey, that you're our stepsisters or sisters.
Would that count?
Bartender just shrugs. I
mean,
believe
we can always have the
Ezekiel said
bartender
either
match us.
related or hippity hoo haing, but
Related or relationship?
yeah,
Yep.
I think. He then continues to go back to cleaning his glass, very very intently watching. Where the hell did Ellie go? Where the fuck?
Neither of
Why
those
is my
sound
icon moved?
appealing.
I don't know where you went, Ellie. Oh, there you are.
Okay, then what do you suggest?
Oh, it just said they don't sound appealing. I mean, it has to be one of those two.
I
Like,
mean,
it just makes sense.
either siblings, even though we don't look like it, or we have the bartender play matchmaker.
Bartender slowly puts his hand.
Make me a match.
He puts his hand on Ellie's shoulder. My little baby's all grown up.
Oh, goodness.
We could
Ellie
split
gives
up
him a
in-
fake smile.
We could split up in groups of two, and just each pair are off with one of the other side. They don't need to hear the story for why we're together.
Who's gonna
True,
marry
but
my
don't wanna
little
be-
girl?
Trust me,
call
people are
not the
inquisitive. They're
tiefling.
gonna ask.
But we don't want to be too obvious, is the thing. Because you
Obvious?
guys both look like human and we're half elves. But we could cover our ears. That would be an attempt to look like siblings.
Again, and I say they don't need to hear the story for our relations with each other. They could just see us and just assume we're lovers or something.
I mean, it'd also
True.
be real trivial for me to look like an elf, so that's an option too.
It's true.
And why can't we just be like a sister and brother? Can't we just try that, please?
You're gonna
We
have
can
to
try
step
it.
outside of your comfort zone.
But I honestly don't know if it'd work. Because
I suppose
how
it's something
different
we
we
could
look.
try, but if that diary I found was any sort of indication, there's a pretty good chance that one of those individuals is going to feel, I'll just say, driven into get violent.
Don't
The only
worry,
real reason
sis.
that we were probably safe last time is because there was 4 of us, 2 of each different gender.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, sis. Big brother Mike will take care of you.
Oh God.
Please, no.
Okay, if it's that bad, you can always ask Grumble to match you.
No.
With
It's
his
just-
magical ways of matching. Hasn't
It's
worked
just-
on me.
It's gonna be a long day, is all I'm saying. You know,
I've tried pairing
You
up
had
my
a long
baby girl
night.
for so many years.
who knew? Information. We're here for information. We're to get information. It's gonna help with the battle. It's okay. It's okay. You're not with the tiefling. You're not with the tiefling. Okay, let's go.
Oh, I love a
But
rude
the
ass to
tiefling
convince
looks the
herself.
same as Shaky's at the moment, so I mean.
Actually, that's right. She said
By the
Tiefly
time-
right in front of him.
She said
By
tiefling
the-
like 12 times.
Yeah, she's just saying tiefling at this point.
By the time we get there, I'm gonna have to cast this spell again anyway. So I'll change into my proper
Oh no.
Mike and Ralph form.
He's
Is that
gonna
necessary?
look at you and just be like, now you look like someone my girl could be with.
No!
Oh.
Ellie brings her hand to his mouth.
Oh
This
my
man
goodness.
has no filter.
Oliver just like stares blankly for a few seconds, just like, you know, not my business. Turns around and starts walking back out the door.
Honestly.
Oh, great. Alright,
Ellie just plops back on the counter.
yeah, I feel like you got a good group on you. Try not to kill too
you
many
almost
people.
died.
Dying's half the fun, girl. Have you not been in a bar fight before? You've been in many. Come on.
Oh, I know, but I don't want. I've never been in one with you, and you almost got in one.
Well, you know, when they throw some chairs and I gotta punch them, they go out the windows. It's not my fault. Just be glad I haven't brought out Bertha.
I think I'd rather deal with Bertha than you seeing similarities.
He kind of gently pats your head. Emotional damage is the worst damage.
Thanks.
The baby
I'm gonna
just
head
like,
out.
yay! Oh, it was great. Alright, so you go ahead with the group, Ellie?
Yes.
Cool. Alright. So you guys eventually meet up with Ezekiel, and he just kind of smiles at you guys and starts walking on the path. Figured out y'all stories?
Did we?
Shaky did.
Yep.
I'll figure it out on the way.
Great. Alright.
We have time. We're walking.
Yeah. We have a lot of time. We have 15 some hours. Or 12 and then 6. 17 hours-ish. We have about 17 hours. Anything
need
y'all
to-
specifically want to ask about this town before we get to the town?
Nope.
Have you run a detect magic on location?
Not very often, no. A lot of it is just kind of flooded with magic for the most part, so it was rather difficult for me to look in. Plus, I was on the outside, not the inside, so it's a little bit weird. Kind of detecting magic on the walls of the building is like looking at a fire and calling it a fire. But when you're on the inside, you're welcome to. I don't know what you'll get too much out of it, but might get something.
Well, theoretically, if they are actually being straight up mind controlled, then maybe there will be some sort of residue I can take a look at to come to some sort of recognition,
True.
in a manner of speaking.
Yeah. There's a story I heard a long time ago. He kind of looks at the sky for a second as you're walking. How long ago was that? 150 years? Probably more like 100. Regardless, time doesn't matter. I heard a story a long time ago. It's about a specific type of magic. Not entirely sure what it was. It's far gone at this point. But essentially, you could see people's magical residue inside of them. It is slightly different for each person. Kind of hard to figure out. It's kind of similar function as detect magic, but you're basically detecting a person's life force. And of course, every life force is different. It actually used to be a tracking method a long time ago. Potentially, cars, shut up. Sorry. You guys probably can't hear that. It's fine. Potentially, you'd be able to use a magic like that in order to see kind of connections between people. Defining it would be nice, but yeah. Just assume I don't know like any spell. I probably know some, but y'all probably be able to define it better than I am. But he's like, potentially you would be able to use some of that magic to connect the dots or find someone who's majorly connecting. But for the most part, you'd probably be able to use detect magic to kind of see something similar. Probably not their life force exactly, but maybe a tether. Ooh, that's an interesting thought. Tether between people. He kind of stares at you for a second. You have no tether, damn it.
I mean, we have ropes, but I don't think that's going to be very useful.
I mean,
Wait, are we
magical
tying each
tether.
other up now? I didn't think that was part of the plan.
I don't think it would be useful even if it was part of the plan.
Oh, it's fine. We don't need a rope right now. You might when you're in there tonight. It depends on...
I'm new to town. These are my prisoners. I don't think tying people up's gonna work.
Question: what time are we looking
Excuse
to
you.
arrive?
We should be arriving probably by probably about noon.
Okay, perfect. So that does still leave me with plenty of time for what I'll need to be doing.
It's about a 6 or so hour walk between here and the area. This is not to scale, by the way, in any shape or form. This is just a relative showing.
Suggestion for our preparation here. If we're expecting to get started on this around midnight, I propose that we take a rest around 4 p.m.-ish. Just simply need to make sure we have all of our... Just simply to take a moment to get our resources prepared for that.
Give ourselves some extra time. Make it 3 p.m.-ish. That should give us a couple hours to scope out the town.
Fair enough.
Set up camp.
I only need
Yeah.
half an hour. Well, 40 minutes, if you count the preparation phase.
Alright. Anything eventful y'all want to talk about on the walk there, or you just kind of be selling things in your head as you walk?
I think I have to talk. I think Ruina's gonna have to talk with Shaky.
Okay.
Wait. Okay.
Please do.
This is unexpected.
All right. Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. So, if we're supposed to be a brother and sister, you said your name was what again?
Mick.
Mick.
And my business partner there, gesturing at at Oliver. And when I'm out of character, I'm trying to actually say your guys' names as opposed to Shaky's nicknames for you, but I don't think of you that way.
I mean, my honest mindset when it comes to names, so long as I can tell you're talking about me and aren't trying to be insulting, I don't care what you call me.
Anyway, he gestures at Oliver. And that's my business partner there, Ralph.
Okay.
Just like waves at that.
And have we thought of a name for Ellie yet?
Yeah, I was thinking Ranger Stella.
I'm not anywhere close to a ranger, nor do I
Oh,
look
were you
like one.
talking? Were you talking about Ellie or yourself?
Ellie. I said Ellie.
Oh, I was thinking of calling you Ranger Stella or Stella Ranger. I don't know if elves do the thing humans do, where their name is their job, but I thought that'd be fitting. For Ellie, I was thinking Old Lady Gibson.
Excuse you? Do you want to die? I'm not in the mood for this.
You can't hear us. We're up in our own little thing.
You're not wrong, but still.
Oh my god.
Okay, here's the thing. Why do we need to change our names? Is it just for fun?
Well, yes, that, but also we're not planning to kill them. We don't want any of them coming back at us with scary revenge. Like, say in the fight, one of us accidentally kills some kid's parent, and they know our name. Well, now they can start searching the island for us. It's just
Okay.
easier this way.
Okay.
Safer.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I would
Sounds
just...
like he's done this before.
I would be totally fine with, possibly killing someone's parents, and then they come to try to kill me, and then I'd just, I'd kill them, but whatever. Changing of name. Why not just, like, Sarah?
Ain't spicy enough for me. The story's got to have some pizzazz, you know? Something to hook the listener. Something to make them think that's a ridiculous name, and it'll get them to ask questions.
I don't want any questions asked of me, though.
Oh, no, that's not true. You want the right questions asked of you.
No, I want to be asking the questions. I don't want to be answering.
No, sis. People are always going to be asking questions. You can't stop them. People are naturally curious.
I suppose. Okay, but I'm not going to be Ranger Stella.
All right. Let me think. How about Alice? Alice Hostetler.
What?
No.
What?
Alice McLafferty. McLafferty.
McLafferty.
Those are not common names on the island. April Mortimer.
He just
Works
goes
fine.
on like
Alex,
this for a
we're
couple
fine.
minutes.
We don't need last names.
Ruby Nash. How about Ruby?
I'm fine with Alice. Let's go with Alice.
I just love the idea of him just going with like 100 names in like 20 minutes. Just flinging names.
Let's do Alice and Ruby. Ellie could be Ruby.
All right, we got Alice McLafferty and Ruben Nash. Perfect.
Oh goodness. And we're traders of some sort, is what we've settled on?
Well, nah, see, I'm kind of embracing the misogynistic nature of our society. You're accompanying us, and we're the business owners.
Oh, okay.
Makes the story more believable.
Okay, yeah.
These
suppose.
cultist fuckers, they gobble that shit up.
But how are you so sure? Have you done this before?
Nah, never. I've never once taken a false name, I'll have you know.
Would you like to roll a bluff check for me?
I
no,
know.
I don't need to. I would certainly use like 5 names at this point.
Fair.
Yeah. Shaky has. For sure. Had different names.
Oh, just immediate, just
So, since we're talking about names, what's your name? Like, for real. Don't bullshit me.
Shaky.
Can I roll for that?
I mean, I'm not really trying to bluff. I'm obviously lying.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Your real name.
That
What
is my real name.
Is
It's the
your
only one that matters.
given? What is your given name?
Nah.
Yeah.
I ain't told nobody that name in over a decade.
Okay, cool. Time to end the decade streak.
You think I'm gonna end a decade-long streak just because you asked?
I asked very nicely.
Yeah, you're gonna have to ask a lot more nicely than that.
Okay, what if I told you this? And she'll go to... Oh, no. She'll go over to him and whisper. So I'm going to say this regularly, but it's whispered.
Yeah.
I'll tell you my first name if you tell me yours.
As far as I'm concerned, your real name's Killer.
Incorrect.
It's the only one that matters to me.
How about...
Look, Killer, I don't mean nothing by it. It's just my way of remembering people. I'm not good with names.
That's fine, but I would like to be good with names, and so I would like to know yours. What would you like to know in order for me to know your name?
I honestly don't think there's a single thing you could tell me that's gonna make me reveal my birth name.
Oh, really? Why is that? There's
Really.
nothing you're curious about knowing.
I gave that name up when I left my homeland so many years ago.
I love how you've continued that fully, all just hardcore dived into it all the way here. I love that. It's so great.
Okay.
To tell you what, will it make you feel better if I give you a fake name that you can pretend is my real name?
No, because now I'll know it's fake.
Well, then how are you gonna know if I give you a real name if it's real?
Because I would like to...
To you, I'm Shaky, and that's all I'm ever gonna be. Leon Shaky Graves.
Fine. Fine. Just like
slowly
squinting her eyes at him.
I don't have a response to that. I'm sorry.
Just staring at him in like slight anger.
All right. How do you feel
slight.
about Dale Barton? Do you think I'm a Dale Barton? No. How about Don Hostedler?
Oh goodness.
James Garrett, Henry
this-
Jameson,
Oh,
Bruce
goodness.
Isaac, Walter Phoebus. No, wait, I think I used Walter Phoebus once before. Forget that one. Dennis Crocker. Billonite? Do I look like a Billonite to you? I think I could be a Billonite.
You could be whoever you want to be. I just want to know who you have been.
That's no fun.
That's not true.
I like the first half of that sentence. Be whoever you want to be. Now that's the spirit. I can get
Yeah.
behind that.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. Don't bring up any more names though, please, for the rest of this travel.
Chris
I was just trying to
Haversam,
get...
Jed Masterson, Jake Irwin.
It just keeps going.
I was just trying to figure out who you are, your name. That's all. I just wanted to know.
Maximilian Pegasus. Oh, it's great. All right. Yeah. Oliver and Ellie, do you two want to talk while he's spouting names?
Don't feel like talking. The closer we get to the
Equinox.
town, Equinox.
Oh, so Ellie's just walking in pure silence.
I mean,
Or are
I
you?
guess-
Huh?
I guess I'm just looking around the area, maybe trying to find more regens if I can do that, but
Y'all have been walking on the same path that y'all came from, actually, so you probably don't find anything particularly new. Nothing that would have regrown in the time that you've been taking lately. But feel free to roll me a survival check. See if there's anything that you might possibly have missed. Because I like rolling. Nope, not really. You find, again, some what seems to have some decently potent fire-resistant plants, but for a plant, it's not super potent, but welcome, take it.
actually speaking of plants, I never did actually figure out what that one random plant that Shaky stuffed in my bag was.
Nope, did you put in a second one? I think you put in a second one, right?
Yes, he did, I believe.
Okay, yeah, so you have a second one just in your bag, which you probably found at this point. So now you just have two of this random plant that you have no idea what's going on with.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. I'm going to show it to
Ezekiel?
I'm gonna show it to Ezekiel and ask him if he knows what this thing is.
Ooh, fascinating. You know, I was a part-time botanist, although I haven't been one in quite some time. These plants are interesting. Are they from Cataclysm?
I I would assume they just spontaneously appeared in my bag one day. I wish I was making that up.
Like, teleporting plants. That's a new one. I don't come across new stuff very often. I honestly don't know what these are. That's fascinating. He holds out his hand to you, seemingly to asking for one of them. I can study it for you if you want me to.
I mean, it's not like I'm going to be making medicine out of something that might potentially kill somebody. I just place it in his hand.
Cool. He takes it and puts it back into his bag. It's like, I'll definitely look at that. A teleporting plant. Huh. I mean, I guess some plants might have that property. I wasn't expecting that from Shar's land. Fascinating.
I mean, to be fair, I did have to use an odd plant I found with a weird blue bloom in order to make the elixir or flight working, so...
Yeah.
At this point, I've seen strange things. I'd wager that not even I recognize how weird this world can get.
It gets pretty funky when you get far enough. But yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of a teleporting plant before. That's fascinating.
The worst part is I can't even correct him because my
Yeah, I
character
know,
saw nothing.
He's fully convinced this is a teleporting plant. He's just walking along. He pulls out his book again, starts, writing it. He writes in a language that to you is nonsensical. I actually can't remember which languages you know. I don't think you know very many.
I'm gonna double check that.
Yeah, so he's writing a language that you can't even begin to decipher as y'all walking. Shaky is just spewing 100 names.
Papa Khan, Francine Garrett, Joseph Pilati, Walter Hornsby, Joss Wilkins, Davy Crenshaw, Chomps Lewis.
Ruina's just like rubbing her temples. I've made
You're
the
right. Chomps is a bit much.
wrong choice.
Morgan Blake, Nolan McNamara, Andy Scab. I like that, Scab. Andy Scab.
Eventually, y'all come up to see a very nice sight. Let's see if I can pull it up here real quick. There you are. Oh, God fucking damn it! Why that's not on both my screens? That's on one
It's
screen.
everything.
Why is that not on my DM screen? What the
You
fuck?
cannot rid yourself of the campfire. The campfire is eternal.
This is pissing me off. Why is that? Oh, fuck! Hold on. Fuck you. Fuck you, world. I duplicate this one because it doesn't have it. Oh, fuck you, world. What is this bullshit? No, I refuse. Why does that exist? Why?
Campfire lives matter too.
Campfire can go suck my nut. It don't exist. There ain't no life. There ain't no life there. There we go.
A wise man once told me that had a flame he held felt almost like it was a heartbeat. I don't know what he was on, but who knows?
I don't know what he's on, but man, do I wish I was on it.
Got some house movie castle vibes going.
There we go. Okay, so this is the town without the giant fireplace in the middle. Ignore the red mark. Hold on. I'll get to it, guys. Hold on. Okay. Which button is that? Is that art? Is that art? That's art. Okay, there we go. Lovely. Wonderful. Alright. Y'all come across this town. To put in perspective, oh, how can I show this properly? So you kind of come in, and then there's basically a half circle of, actually is a pretty good picture for that. It's like a half circle of houses. At the very front or back of that circle is the church. And so basically it's a bunch of houses that are almost lined up as if you walk through the town to get to the church. Like, church is as far back as possible from the entrance. And then there's walls all around the entire town as well. There's also two people standing at the front of the town. One man, one woman.
Good day, sir. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
They both seem to speak in unison. Welcome.
We were hoping to enter your town and, well, I'm assuming that's okay.
He nods, and then they both immediately look at Ezekiel.
Is something wrong?
There are 5 of you.
Does it count if he's half dead?
No.
Is it a particular concern?
3 men, 2 women, unequal, uneven.
What? I'm just going to pretend. Above game, I'm just going to pretend that I have no idea what's going on.
That works. We require even numbers, equality above all.
But isn't cutting someone out of the equation inequality?
No.
I'm just gonna give a perplexed look.
By the way, I didn't say it, but before we approached the town, I definitely cast Disguise Self to make myself look like a male version of Ruina.
No.
Oh my gosh.
No problem. Ezekiel just kind of steps back and he's like, I'm not part of the group. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And then he kind of like, you hear specifically, Shaky hears a voice in his head that simply says, I'll plan preparations on the south side. Or never eat sour wheat. East side. That's the word.
Never eat sour wheat. Does that mean anything to you guys?
Fuck yeah.
Hang on, the left hand makes the L.
I have to do it every time.
Anyway, there's 4 of us now. We're hoping to avail ourselves of your town's finest supplies. Could you direct us perhaps to a storefront that we might procure ourselves some goods and services?
They both step to the side, pretty much in perfect unison, as they move their hands out to kind of gesture for y'all to come in. The male says, there is a shop. The female then kind of moves her hand to point at the shop, which is this little red house here, we're going to say. It will serve your needs.
Thank you kindly, sir. Ma'am.
They nod.
Just give a respectful nod to them as I pass by. Also, while I'm at this, I'm going to be dipping my fingers into the blue concoction on my belt sash and start applying it to my glasses as if it's a cleaning agent.
Smart.
I'm beginning the ritual cast of Detect Magic.
Nice. They do not seem to notice. And if they did,
I mean, even
they
if
don't
they
seem
did, it's. I mean, I'm trying to make it look like it's just a common glasses cleaner. And
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, I think for flavoring, that's exactly what it is.
Pretty much, yeah. Anyways, y'all go into the town. As you're walking through town, none of y'all have particularly low perception except for, I think, maybe Shaky.
It's not great.
And I think Shaky's the only one with the low perception, which is...
I have a very low wisdom score.
Yeah, he has a flat 0 as his bonus one.
And I'm
Anyways.
proficient in it.
Anyways,
I mean, let's be honest, bards are proficient in like everything.
Yeah. But yeah, so y'all walk in, and the first thing that y'all notice, it pretty much immediately, because this would be extremely weird to all of you, with maybe the exception of Shaky. There are, so obviously there are parents and children. Everywhere you look, there is at least the 2 parents and at least 1 or maybe 2 children. Depends on a few factors. There are always either one child is either gender or 2 children are one of each gender. The age ranges vary heavily, but the very, very, very strange thing, and this is going to be exceptionally strange to especially Rowena, Oliver to some degree, Ellie heavily, and a little bit of Shaky. It's all races. Well, more or less all races. There's dragonborn parents with, an elven secondary parent, and they have like a drow child. There is a human child with like gnome parent and a goblin parent. There's two gnomes and a dwarf. That's the word I was looking for. A dwarf child. It's like every race of the common races that I've seen. There's an orc in there as well who has like a gnome child and then like a human significant other. It's super weird. A, because most of y'all never seen all of these races, and B, they do not live in harmony. Like, especially orc and human, orc and gnome, hell no. So it's super weird for most of y'all. But they are always a pair of two parents, one or two children. The race does not seem to matter to them. And oddly enough, they all seem very happy.
This guy's really got a thing for gender.
Yeah, not so much race.
How do you
I
think
guess
they'd
it's a good
feel
thing
if
I was
I-
wrong.
How do you think they'd feel if I approached a town just kind of like perfectly androgynous? 'Cause I can pull that off. I've done it before.
You'd probably be confused.
I'm quite
I
curious.
think it's fun outrage, but ironically no aggression.
Perfect balance.
I am your god now.
Oh god.
Jesus.
The inferior genders will unite under the NB.
Ellie, do me a favor and roll me perception.
Excuse you?
Uh-huh.
We're
I'm
doing
not
it
being
now?
excused. Yes, do it right now. Let me see that sweet perception flying through the area.
No!
Cool. You see
dang
nothing.
Good.
You do just have an itch in the back of your head though, but you see nothing currently.
I thought it feels like there's something just bothersome or familiar nearby, but whatever. Either way, at least I was wrong about we have to be the same, or at least looking similar.
True. That is great. Now I don't have to stick with anyone that I don't feel particularly drawn to.
Nah, sis, that's not a very nice way to treat your brother.
Oh, goodness. No. We can drop it.
Ms. McLafferty, is that any way to treat your family?
Oh.
You'll notice that not a single person in this entire town has glanced your way. They all seem completely preoccupied with whatever it is that they're doing at the time. Not a single person seems to notice y'all's existence.
I'm starting to feel like I could just rob these people blind.
I know, right?
No!
At least we're on the same page there.
Jesus
See,
Christ.
we're definitely in sync right now.
Oh, for the love of God, I am not giving you the a bomb of invisibility.
It seems kind of like I'm already invisible, but thank you. Thank you kindly.
I have no idea
Ralph.
how to feel about this place, but I guess let's just keep going and maybe something will happen.
True. Let's head to that store that they pointed out.
Do we
Sin,
actually need anything?
Apparently we need rope.
I have an idea of a couple things I could be picking up, but I don't think it's likely. Need to really have us pass off as merchants.
Oh.
Excuse you?
Was that to me or Oliver?
Oh,
I mean, you did just. I mean, I was gonna say you did just roll a dice unexplained.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
You're currently on my bad list, so anything you do is just
Oh,
no.
what did Oliver was saying? Go on.
Okay, brother Mick, let's go to the shop.
Actually, Sin, another question above game.
Mhm.
How long have I been applying this lens cleaner?
This would probably would have been maybe a couple minutes at this point. I don't know how long it takes to apply.
Since I'm ritual casting it, 10 minutes.
Yeah, it has not been 10 minutes. It's only been a couple minutes so far. Yeah, so the 3 is going to be very hilarious in just a second. So as you guys are kind of walking towards the I suppose grocery shop would be the easiest way to describe it. Trader shop? I don't know what it'd be called. We're just going to call it grocery shop
Market?
for easy access. Market works, yeah. Market, we're going to call it market for easy access. Y'all walking kind of towards this market house thing. And Rowena, if you would do me a favor and roll me a dex save. No,
My
it's not for
goodness.
injury.
Okay.
Someone just
Okay.
threw a water balloon at her, didn't they?
Dex save. Da-da-da.
Doesn't the disguise spell break if they get hit?
This guy's
I
how-
believe it's concentration, but let me double check that.
Yeah. So, Rowena, you are currently, focused on your brother. Before you feel a smack feeling of someone running into your leg by accident. As you look down, it's a tiny dragonborn child who kind of looks up at you with like giant eyes. He's like, sorry, I didn't see you there.
Check your coin purse, sis.
Okay, I will check my coin purse.
Nothing has been taken.
Okay. I'm all good, Brother Mick. Thank you for watching out for your sister.
That's
The
what
kid
big
kind of
brothers
stands
are.
up and kind of brushes himself off and like looks back up at you. He's like 2 feet tall and he just kind of looks up at you and stares at you with a smile. It's like it's a tiny child essentially staring up at you in wonder.
Are you okay?
Uh-huh. I just
Okay.
kind of tripped and hit my head.
Yeah. Where? Go on. Go on.
Bye-bye, pretty lady. She turns around, runs over to an orc and a human.
Oh goodness, an orc. Okay, don't start anything here.
Well, just focus on the fact you're a pretty lady.
I'm double, triple checking everything.
Not a single
I
thing
have
has been
everything right.
taken.
Okay. Okay.
It legitimately was just him slamming into his face into your leg because he tripped.
This place is so off-putting. It's unnerving.
Yeah, agreed.
It's great.
In
I
a handful
I
of ways,
really just wanna.
In a handful
I really
of ways,
just-
I agree, but at the very least, child running into an older or slash adult person, that doesn't exactly seem overly unusual.
I really just want to come in toeing the line between like the binary genders, just to see how they'd react. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm sorry.
You gotta stop. You got to stop. If I have to put aside my hatred for orcs, you have to put aside this binary thing. Okay?
All right, all right.
Listen to your sister, dear brother.
You're right. You're right. Thanks for looking out for me, sis. I really appreciate it.
Oh goodness.
Is this how siblings are?
I wouldn't
no.
know. I didn't have any.
I have one.
I think I have one.
Anyway, let's go on.
Yes.
Oh my
And
god.
my name's Frank.
What? Your
Wait,
name's
hold up.
Mick.
No,
Is
it's
it
a
Nick or
saying. It's a saying in circadian. You know, never mind.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, if someone's saying something that's obviously false, you say, "And my name's Frank," because obviously your name's not Frank.
Oh, yeah, I
What
remember.
is it?
I'm just gonna play along as if I'm actually sibling. Oh yeah, I remember that line being used. I believe it was originally told to us by well, what was it? He looked like a middle-aged dwarf.
Oh yeah, I believe his name was ironically Frank.
Yeah, that sounds right. It's been so long since we've been there. We should go and visit that location again later on. Wonder how well turnips sell there.
As you're all walking, you just kind of head into this market house. It's not really a house. It's more like a kind of almost weird. It's a weird setup. It's not quite a house, but it's effectively a house. And you guys walk in there. A lot of vegetables, kind of breathing. Not actually breathing. This is not that kind of horror story. But a lot of vegetables just kind of on place. A lot of fruits and stuff like that. Very actually really nice plants. Actually, yeah, all of you except for, before y'all walk in, all of you except for Shaky, roll me perception.
No,
Regular perception.
Yes, regular.
I don't want to.
Well, actually, Oliver, don't roll either. Oh,
Gosh
well.
darn it.
Doesn't matter if Oliver rolls
Yeah,
or
it doesn't
not.
matter. Ruina, you would notice this because you've lived inside of Helios, specifically outside in Helios, for longer than anyone. So this would be exceptionally weird to you as you're kind of looking around, and especially since you're at the moment very paranoid. You look up. There's no clouds. There's no trees right directly above you. There's just sunshine directly above you.
How hot is it?
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool, like 80 degrees or so.
This is so weird.
Yeah, it is. I would never call 80 degrees cool.
Agreed.
80 degrees is
crazy.
perfectly acceptably cool.
Well, you,
Wait, is
maybe
this
it's because I'm
in-game
from
or above
Fargo, but
game?
80 is
Above game.
hot.
It's in game.
No, above game. Well, in game it's like 80 degrees, but above game, 80 degrees is cool.
My
Then
limit
I
is like
practically feel like I'm on
65.
fire in that temperature.
I wear a jacket in 95.
What is wrong with you?
Technically it's a hoodie,
Yeah.
but still.
I have been
That is-
outside. The temperature is hot enough that you straight up see steam coming off of dry surfaces.
Yeah,
That
I
is
mean,
literally like give yourself heat stroke.
Oliver can
levels of
attest.
insane.
He has watched me stand outside for hours in a jacket in 90 degrees.
You know, I can't argue. When I was in middle school and a little bit of high school, I always wore a hoodie, no matter the weather.
It's cold. 65 is freezing.
I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, 20 degrees
That's
is
my
hell,
tolerable
but
point.
65 is cold. Like 80 degrees, 75 to 80 is like, with a jacket on, I feel kind of okay. And then 90 degrees is like, okay, I'm a little bit warm now. And then like 100 degrees is, I might take off my jacket, depends on if the sun's on me. And then anything above that is, just shoot me. 115 was hell.
Right.
Just
okay.
stun
so,
the entire group. Anyways, yeah, it's like 80 degrees. So effectively for Helios, which ranges between like 70 and 90, or 95 technically, 80 is decently cool here. But yeah, above you, it's like there's no trees. So in theory, the sun should be boiling you all alive.
Yeah.
But it's not. No one else knows this.
Well, to be fair, we are kind of close to the center, so it's not as hot as like the Citadel, right?
Oh yeah, it'd be 75 to 80, roughly.
So, not having trees above us isn't that big of a deal.
And then again, I guess I do have heat resistance. Just simply
Yeah.
as my
Normally
nature.
there would be
That's heat link.
trees pretty much everywhere, even above the Citadel. There's trees. You guys, well, Rowena would actually be able to see there are trees probably about 400 some feet away from the borders of these walls.
I'm gonna point this out. I'm gonna just kind of pull them to the side, looking over some vegetables, and be like, "So I've noticed something even weirder than this gender thing.
Oh,
I find that unbelievable.
I guess maybe it's because you have not lived in Helios all of your life. There are usually trees to block the sun from, killing people for being so hot.
Well, right, but correct me if I'm wrong. We're not all the way in Helios. Like, Helios gives ways to the Badlands in the center, and there ain't that many trees there.
I mean, the town I grew up in was basically right in the middle of the wastelands.
And it's not like it's tree. There's not like there's a wall of trees. They thin out, you know.
Yes, but towns aren't just constructed out in the open usually.
Well, yeah, and they also aren't just constructed out of, I don't know,
I mean, mine
not
more or less
trees.
was.
They got the wood from somewhere.
Yes, true. I'm just letting you in on a bit of knowledge about Helios. If you guys don't want to take it, that's fine. But what I'm saying is...
We're not in Helios proper, though. We're close enough to the Badlands. Forest is thin. People can cut down trees.
Okay. I'm just telling you, it comes off as weird to me. And I've been here a long time.
I will say, it kind of sort of character knowledge. You guys would have been walking quite far, but you would technically be on this kind of the side, the border of Helios, which would still be most areas in here should be protected by the trees. And you guys have been walking under trees for almost your entire time being here as well. You are quite close to the border, not significantly close, but you are quite close. So technically, snow is not entirely wrong, but in theory, especially based on Ruina's knowledge, there absolutely should be trees here.
Oh yeah, and like Shaky doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, but that's just to clarify for the viewers as well. But yeah, keep going.
I'm bringing it up. It's another odd thing. The sun isn't hurting. There aren't any trees. It's actually quite nice.
I think you're overreacting, sis.
Oh my goodness! Stop calling me sis.
Everything we notice might come to use for us because, especially with the sun not hitting us that hard, there could be like a little force field thing for all we know. But who knows?
I mean, not to mention if the sun... like, this whole time she was holding her head and then now she's talking with her hands. Like, you know how when we were in, oh goodness.
Littlefoot Forest?
No, not Littlefoot. The dark side. What's it called again?
Cataclysm.
Cataclysm. When we were in the Cataclysm, it was hard for us to see because it was dark, right? And I know for a fact that with the sun, if you don't have the eyes for it, it could be hard to deal with seeing with the brightness here as well.
I'm just starting to... No, sorry. Go ahead.
And I know that Shaky and the tiefling are not from Helios, so I don't think they have that, adaptation. And the sun's out. So how are they seeing? Is what I'm trying to say.
I will say that neither of you guys' eyes hurt.
Well,
I mean, we are kind of in gray. The crap, what was it called? The gray central
Ryotao.
area of we are technically in Ryotao, although, so...
Okay.
We'll
Where'd
just
you get
make
out?
note of it,
Yes.
and then we'll
Write it down.
continue forward because this is supposed to be checking out the town, see what we need to do for when the time comes.
Right. Eventually, we are gonna have to make our way to the east side of town.
Why?
Well, because something west, south, east.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
be honest.
just-
I forgot. he had a really nice, mnemonic, but I completely forgot it.
Maybe ease
Maybe
up on
there's-
the drinking.
Maybe there's another market on that side of town. We have no a way of knowing. This is our first time within the borders.
True. I'm just curious about the church since it's like the center. But yeah, we can hit up the other side and then head to the church.
Especially
Actually, I
since
think we should hit the church first and then go to the gate last.
he did say that the church would have the two residing, like, strongest bonded people
Exactly.
to the goddess, so that's likely who will have to deal with the most and focus on first.
We'll introduce
Um,
ourselves to the people we're gonna inevitably end up, throwing
Yeah.
maces at.
yeah.
I hope we won't have to get to that point. Hey, also above game,
Mhm.
it just struck my mind, or it just crossed my mind that literally both Helios and Cataclysm are both forests, and they're on either side of a massive wasteland.
Yep.
Does this officially mean that trees are evil in this world? I'm sorry, I had to.
I love it.
I
So
mean,
that's
I
two
concur.
different tree
Trees creep
biomes.
me out.
Trees are fun. Ellie, roll me a deck save.
A dex?
Save.
Ruina's gonna look around for a shopkeep.
Nice. God damn, I forgot your dex is that high.
You're welcome.
Fucking hell. Yeah, so Runa, you do find a shopkeep rather easily. Seems to be a guy, or doesn't seem to be anybody with him, weirdly enough. But he's just kind of standing there, slowly making transitions. They don't seem to really be transitioning with a significant amount of money. It just seems to pass, and then it basically the currency just seems to be constantly shifting hands. So you're able to find them quite easily. With that 18, that should be more than enough, but just in case, if he gets in that 20, I will find this hilarious. Yeah, I figured. You are, in fact, able to sidestep as someone kind of bumps into the I assume you're staring at like a stand of fruit, basically. Someone was like trying to reach past you to grab, let's say, an apple, and kind of bumps it, and you manage to move to the side before his entire body basically kind of stumbles into you slightly. Kind of looking over it is indeed Jackson. At least what you imagine would be Jackson. It's been like 2 months, but yeah. He does not seem to really see you per se. He kind of just grabs the apple. Considering you moved out of the way, he doesn't even like really pay that much attention to you before it just kind of turns around and starts walking towards what looks to be a human girl and a human child girl. Human wife and human child girl. Human daughter. You know what I mean.
So, as he almost bumps me, I just apologize and two-step. It's like, I swear I'm a good dancer. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bump you. And I just go quiet and just go pale and just silent.
Considering you never
And-
actually touched him, he doesn't even really seem to register your apology, as he just kind of walks away, essentially.
Question: did any of us see that?
100%.
Check your coin purse.
I'm sorry.
Ruina's looking for a shopkeep. She's not really paying attention.
Yep.
I'm starting to wonder if they just pure and simply cannot see anything that they have not immediately come in contact with.
I also seem to be moving around each other with incredible ease. Like, most of the children, for example, seem to be moving around each other, just kind of playing, but it seems like they are able to just... It's almost like they know what they're about to do, and so they just kind of move past each other. Honestly, children running at full force, basically, but they're still moving around each other really, really easily.
Ellie's just trying to stay composed and trying to control her shaking.
The group of three just kind of walks off at this point towards another house.
You know, I have another test I want to run, and I just directly say out loud. I'm just going to walk towards one of the other civilians at random.
Mm-hmm.
And avoiding physical contact, I'm just going to directly say, "Excuse me, I'm currently looking for a dosage of holly that I'm intending to use to make a couple of potions. I don't suppose you know where we might find those."
I assume you walk up to a group of. Do you walk up to anybody specific or just as a random civilian?
I just approach a random civilian, just trying my hardest to avoid all physical contact with him
Cool.
or her.
Yeah, you walk up to probably we'll say it's a half elf girl. As you do so, like she turns her head to you. It's not quite in shock, but it's like slight confusion almost as she kind of looks at you, and she's like, "Oh, poppies. I think there's a florist over there." She points to a smaller hut. It's like a small little market. They sell some flowers over there if you want to go check them out. Are you new here? Is that your She kind of looks at the group of three, two males and two females and one male. She's like, one of those.
Oh yeah, we're just passing through. No worries
okay.
about in that regard. We were just taking a stop here to stock up on some materials before we make our way out again.
Well, welcome to the town of Equinox. We're glad to have you. But yeah, if you want some poppies, they're right over there. And she immediately turns back to her kid and husband.
Thank you. Who I simply say as I start making my way towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Just mentally noting down. All right then. So this place is even more weird here than I would have thought. Also, did you intentionally give a different plan? Was she just not paying attention?
No, it's actually roll me insight real quick.
Okay.
See if you can kind of discern. That's the word. Discern.
I mean, I just bring it up because I said mistletoe and I said holly and she said poppies.
Oh, yeah, I did. I thought you said poppy, I'll be honest. Yeah, she meant whatever word you said. I legitimately heard poppy. But that was the thing. Yeah, she looks like she was gonna. From what you can tell, she looked confused that you were there.
I mean, even so, it did still kind of tip me off to the odd thing of it, just like if they are, or unless you directly call attention to them, they don't even seem to register you're here.
It seems to be that. Yeah, so
like they're in routine of they're in routine of each other.
Kind of. Yeah, Rune, you find the retail worker, I guess. And I'm assuming you're just buying a couple of vegetables or fruits or other stuff to purchase on your trip.
Well, I kind of, get their attention, talk about, and then I'm like, is there another store since, equality and everything, and you're on this side of the town? Is there another store on the other side of town?
Oh, no. We only do that for bedrooms and houses like that. Each of these areas, our markets, our florist, our blacksmith, we only have one. However, everyone like me has an apprentice. Out comes a probably I want to say like 12-year-old boy. Kind of walks up and he smiles and nods.
Okay, well, certainly interesting. Does this mean? Do you guys farm? Like your vegetables and your fruits, do you only like harvest like even numbers?
We harvest we plant the same amount. What we harvest though is up to the world.
Okay.
There are some things we can control and some things we can't. Equality in all we can.
Ah, okay. Understood. I'm trying to understand you know the way this. It's a lovely town. Thinking about moving here. You know.
He nods. He looks at, I'm assuming Shaky is probably near you.
Yeah, I'll grab him. I'll grab him real quick.
Yeah.
This is my brother.
Howdy.
It'll be nice to have a family come in again. Surprised that you don't have I suppose significant other would be the word. Surprised you do not have a spouse.
Oh, my spouse isn't with me. She wasn't able to accompany us on this journey.
How unfortunate. I wish that she have, I pray for good health.
Regretting not saying he right now.
You should have said it.
I should have said he. Oh!
Yes, so I'm here to accompany him. Trying to, scout the location. Is there any houses that are like vacant, or do you have to build it yourself?
We have a few vacant rooms. We do not have necessarily simple houses. There's too many families in here, and they come and go fairly quickly. He says the come and go. The go feels a little bit off, specifically because your perception is ridiculously high, if I remember correctly.
I have a 15 passive.
Yeah. So you can tell the way he says go is slightly off. But he seems to like kind of catch himself immediately after saying go and resumes his normal speech patterns. So we simply have rooms inside of some of the houses, and if we need more, we build more houses. If you're interested in staying here, I would suggest going to the mother and the father. They can teach you about our ways here, the ways of Equinox.
Well, thank you for that information, and we'll definitely go check that out.
He nods. They'll be in the church right there, miss. He gestures to the church. That's kind of almost like the houses are funneling people towards the church. It's right in the back there. And he kind of just gestures to it.
Thank you. I'll, I guess just yank Shaky along unless he's actually going that way.
Yeah, Ellie is currently staring off into the distance of where Jackson was and looks vaguely like she's seen a ghost and had been stabbed by one.
Wish I was.
Ellie, you look vaguely like you've seen a ghost, or perhaps being stabbed by one.
Oh, goodness. Ellie?
Right, I'm sorry, Old Lady Gibson.
I thought I was Ruby. Anyway, no, yeah, I mean, I really wish I was actually stabbed by a ghost at this point, because I'm feeling hurt. But I should be fine. Good, I think I saw Jackson. I don't know if I did for sure, but yeah.
So you were stabbed by a ghost. Stabbed in the feels.
I mean, if that's what I'm experiencing, then yes. I don't know how to really describe it because I've never felt this way before except around him, so...
As much as it might be weird to say, I'm happy that you saw Jackson, and it wasn't what I was thinking. I thought she scoots a little closer. I thought maybe it was another one of those, bad tieflings that kind of freaked me out.
No, it's a Kindle spirit. It's okay.
Okay. If you're sure, because those things, they're scary.
Yeah, he doesn't hurt anyone unless, at least from what I've seen, unless they hurt me, so.
Okay. Oh, where is your brother?
Wait, where did he go?
I
Ralph!
forgot we're a sibling thing. I'm not used to it. It's new.
Ralph, where'd you go?
I assume when he calls, I can hear it.
It's not that big of a town.
I'm just gonna be turning back and coming back. Sorry about that. I needed some sort of excuse to try and make it seem believable what I was up to.
I guess I
Anything
should have done
happen?
a better job.
What were you up to? The only information we gathered is to like go to the church, but we're going to go there anyway. What have you been up to?
I just ran a quick question past one of the general civilians here to see what sort of response they would have if you directly tried to chat with them. It seems that they only seem to register that you're in existence if you have or make physical contact, or if you orally try and draw their attention. I literally had to tell that botanist I was looking for Gelamy saplings just simply because I know they don't grow here.
I mean, I agree with that. It seems like they don't. Ellie pauses. They don't recognize you, even if you say anything, so.
Even if they know you?
I don't know for sure, but it seems that way. I didn't make physical contact with him, but I like to think he would have recognized me in some sort of way.
I don't actually think Oliver was there for the conversation about this guy either in the gnome town or here, so
Nope, you have no idea what the hell they're talking about.
I'm just straight up gonna bring it up. Even if they know you. Did something just happen?
Long story short, I'm pretty sure I just ran into a really close friend of mine, and he didn't even blink a eyelash at me. He just grabbed an apple and turned to his new family.
Which way did it go? Also, Sin.
Mm-hmm.
How far am I into the ritual cast?
You would have been finished by now.
I'm going to put on the glasses. I cast detect magic.
Nice. If you could
So
post
do you
that
remember
for me
what
real
that
quick again.
does?
Yeah, if you could post that real quick for me again.
No, this is not using a slot. No, it does not consume a spell slot. I'm ritual casting this.
Thank
Okay, so basically, anytime I look at an object or entity, I get to see them giving off a glow if they are being currently or recently have been affected by magic. The appearance of it will tell me what school of magic it is, but not what the individual spell is.
Cool. Yeah, put on the glasses. It would be a large amount of magic that you are pretty much just getting bombarded by, being able to see. Almost every single person here is pretty much kind of has an aura of magic around them. Some are a little bit fainter than others. Some are a little bit more drastic. I don't know what the school of magic would be for mind control, but
I would assume it would be enchantment. Enchantment
Yeah.
makes the most sense for that.
it would be an
Since it's
enchantment.
literally
school.
oriented around mentally manipulating people, as well as, amongst other things.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it would be a school of enchantment. And yeah, it's bombarding the area.
Well, that's... Oh, gosh. Well, I can tell you one thing's for certain. Whatever's going on here, I don't think anyone in here is in their right mind, so to speak.
What? No.
Yeah, I get it. Just call me Captain Obvious, for the love of God.
Why would I call you
Hey,
that?
Lord.
Your name is obviously Ralph.
Call me Fred.
I'm literally just going to whisper to him. Enchantment magic's radiating off of everything.
Well, either way, that's still something to take note of and reassuring, even though it's kind of obvious, but yeah.
Slightly concerning.
Next question is, how strong of a dispel magic would be necessary to get rid of all this crap?
Well, it's everywhere, you said, right?
Everywhere in the town, it looks like.
Well, how strong does it need to be to break up a family?
I mean, breaking up a family, that's cantrip level magic. Breaking up a town, that's
Flashback.
god level magic.
Flashback to the cantrip's friends.
Can I break someone's heart? Yeah, it's cantrip, don't worry about it.
I mean, you jest, but he's being serious. Have you seen the cantrip Friends?
Yes,
Oh, God.
I have, in fact.
So
It's
just
beautiful.
so Sid understands what we're talking about. Basically, you cast the spell on an individual, and they regard you in friendly terms. However, when the spell ends, they both recognize that you have been, or that you charmed them, and they immediately despise your guts.
Oh.
That's literally a part of it.
Oh,
They
no.
just straight up
That
make
makes
them hate
animal
you.
friendship really funny to me. But yeah, so y'all plan on going to the church?
Yes, please.
Yep.
All right.
Get it
So-
over with.
I was
This-
gonna ask if you wanted to go to the church or if you wanted to go to the east side first.
I feel like the gate should be our last stop, and I think you guys were right when you said the church was the more important stop on our trip than the gates.
Okay.
That's
I'm
where our
going
target's gonna be.
attempt to make this work. Okay, well, that was fast.
Okay. now
Hey,
let's
I know which
double
map
check.
we're
How
going
long
to be
does this
fighting.
last?
So this is the church. As you guys can see, it's kind of small. You do see two figures sitting on the benches. He looks particularly tall. He's at his head. He's like a full head above most of the benches. And then she's sitting there. Their clothes do look familiar.
Familiar
Is
how?
are those the two we saw coming past here before?
To the best of your knowledge, you would say yes.
I believe we've met these two before. What do you guys think?
Would this be a perception or investigation?
Flat wisdom for memory.
Wait, memory? That seems
Well,
like it'd be
I think that'd be
but okay.
intelligence, wouldn't it? Let's go with flat intelligence. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's the couple that we've met 1.5 days ago, I think we can just remember, right?
Yeah, you would probably just remember. I mean, 11's enough.
Why are almost all my rolls just this crappy?
I have no idea. 11 would be enough. Yeah, it was only a couple of days ago, so you would probably remember them, unless your memory was really bad, which, honestly, it could be. Played a couple characters like that. Yeah, you guys would vaguely recognize them. You are looking at the back of their heads, so you... A little bit more difficult to tell,
On the
but...
back of their heads.
Wait, we're looking at the back of their heads?
They're both sitting...
I'm stealthing.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Shouldn't have
I
said
see my
that.
brother's stealth. I
Christ.
stealthed on the opposite side.
You what on the opposite side?
I said, I see my brother's stealth. I'm stealthing on the opposite side.
Oh,
Holy crap,
God.
he's got a +7 to stealth?
Yeah. Y'all are very
Look,
good at very specific stuff.
I built my character to do two things: sneak and lie.
Do all three of you have a +7 to those?
Why are you
Oh,
bard rather
Jesus.
than a rogue?
Oh, Bard, Rogue, and Monk all, do you have... Oh, no.
Nope,
Yeah,
I have a
Ellie's highest
+5.
is Acrobatics, that's a... Yeah, so you both just start fucking stealthing on the other side. Yeah, you attempt to go to the doors, but the stairway, but it is locked.
Is this gonna be an old style cartoon, mini style sort of thing? Just drop the chandelier on them! If we do it fast enough, they'll never say anything!
Panic still. Yeah, they both seem to be praying almost. As fights to fucking Leon just yeets himself to the side. Not the most stealthy of people at this exact moment. Rowena is much more stealthy at this exact second with her 18.
So how long
Leon's
have we been
clarion.
walking to get here?
Huh?
I'm basically trying to figure out if my detect magic is still going.
How long does it last?
10 minutes.
It would still be going.
Okay. Am I correct in the assumption that the altar is probably giving off the strongest hint of the magic?
No, actually, they are.
So the two of them are their chosen entities, it seems, so far.
Seems like that, yeah. The altar is definitely giving off like a small vibe, but most of the church is giving off that same vibe. Both of them, like everyone else, had like a faint, let's say, blue aura around them. Some of them were a little bit stronger than others, a little bit of them were more faded. These two, it's like bright blue. It's like ice blue around them, like almost like a shield of sorts.
Just immediately when I see that, I just remove my glass and just start rubbing my eyes. Right.
As you,
Are you
I'm
okay?
assuming you say bright out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. As you say that, you see the old man kind of like lift his head and turn to you. Oh, we have visitors. The woman says
Sorry.
nothing.
Hello. Sorry to disturb.
Ah, not at all. We were simply praying to Equinox. I was not expecting you to come to our town, but like I said, you are more than welcome here.
We were just passing through for a bit. Thought he'd pop in and take a look around at the local specialty, or the special facilities of the town while we were here.
He nods. So, I want to be very clear. He had what looks like a cloth around his legs last time you saw him while he was on his cart thing, and he never stood up. This is the first time you've ever seen this man stand up. He does in fact stand up. And he's about... Yeah, he's about 11 feet tall.
Taller than the orc?
Oh yeah. He's
What race is
actually...
this guy? Or what does he seem to be?
Huh?
What race does this guy seem to be?
He looks like human, weirdly enough.
An 11-foot tall human.
Yeah. He is massive as he stands up. He's kind of lanky for the most part, but he is very old, it looks like, as well. But he like kind of stands up, he kind of moves his hand into God, have any of you seen most melee actually Rowena almost certainly has seen some melee fighters in her time. He's standing like a paladin does without his weapon. It's like that pose of like having your hands like kind of in front of you. It looks like he should be standing with a sword in front of him, but he's just kind of standing without a sword. But it's in that pose.
You know, that unmistakable paladin posture, that spine that they all have.
Standing straight up, swords in front of him, tips on the ground, you know, hand on the hilt.
I know what you're saying. I'm just giving you a hard time. I had to do it.
It's the monk pose, definitely.
Since I've already interrupted, I would like to prepare an action. I am going to try to break this lock the moment I hear anything like vaguely loud to cover the sound.
You're
Oh my
good.
goodness.
That's a good, yeah, okay. What are you doing, really?
Me? I just panic stealth. I'm kind of sneaking along the side.
You just
here.
fucking dive on, like, into the fucking sides.
Well-
Like, yeah.
We're supposed to be in, pairs, and if he disappears, or if he tries to
That's
disappear,
true,
because I'm sure
yeah.
I saw him disappear, I need to disappear.
I
That's
mean,
fair.
he only had a stealth of 10. I
Yeah,
think your passive perception would have seen
Yeah,
him.
you just watched him, like, dive to the side, make a couple noises, scramble his way into the fucking staircase as you're, like,
I mean, unless you have a
slowly
negative wisdom score, which I'd wish you probably don't because you're a ranger.
no, I do not. My passive is 15, so I definitely saw him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
think
why.
Yeah,
I'm hoping. See, I know I've definitely failed one of their passive checks, if not both of them. I'm hoping that because they were turned, they thought the scuffling was one of you two, and they still have no idea I'm in the stairwell. As long as they don't have a line of sight, I got a reason to think I could pass with the 10.
The woman has not shifted, moved, or even said a single word so far. Just him as he, stands to his full height and smiles at you. It's a kind elderly man smile. He just looks like a stupidly tall old man smiling at you.
Nope.
I'm just creeping.
Creeping along the door. He's just smiling at you. He's like, "Was there something you needed?"
Could you tell us about the town and the people? I noticed that there's a lot of happy mixed families around here.
Aye. This town accepts anyone and everyone. The goddess calls and they answer. Those without families are reunited into a family. Everyone has a purpose and has a place.
Who all receives these calls? Because we just happen to walk by the town, not really hearing a calling, as you put it.
Those without families are called orphans. Those without children, they're called into the town, and they make their home here. I assume you have not, because you have your own family. He stares at you and Oliver, and just kind of his eyes like kind of shift between the two of you.
You might say that.
Yeah, something of the sorts.
A family once bonded simply cannot be broken, nor do we wish to. So we take the outcasts, the ones who are alone in this world, and we give them a place to be. And they are happy with their chosen family.
I see.
Does not matter your race, your age, or even your childhood, under the eyes of equality.
I'm just trying to figure out what sort of question I could ask to make it actually sound like I'm here as a tourist.
I have personal opinions, but
Just something to ask that doesn't sound like something that he's already said in the
Are
past.
you a
'Cause I'm certain
cult?
he remembers our last. Because I'm certain that he remembers our last encounter.
so what if, even though they had no parents, they still have someone they consider a parent, or they have a significant other?
He kind of like looks at you for a second. A parent? Or parents?
Like, how far does the calling reach? Because, like, orphans can be adopted outside of this town, can't they?
They can. And again, family should not be broken. But those who have no feelings of family, those who have no call to be with another, those who are alone and seeking some form of happiness. He kind of like, his eyes kind of like drift down for a second. It legitimately seems like he kind of gets sad during this talk. He's like, those who feel no bond to another, they get called here.
So, even if they have no parents, but they have someone they're close to, they'd still get called? Like a significant other?
They can. Most of the time, if they have no parents and they just have a significant other, they get brought here. And then they get given a child. The child is often an orphan. And they give a family. And we get a new residence. Those who are siblings become the children.
So how many of the folks out there are actually are biological parents of the kids that they're currently overseeing?
Good night, Piranha. I couldn't tell you. The amount of folks that come and go are out of my reach.
Out of your reach?
Aye. The guy sees all, but he kind of pats his eye patch. I see less than best these days.
But why does it matter what you specifically see for the sake of the deity?
Well, you asked me how many there were, and I have not seen them all. I do not know.
Fair point.
So, they can just come and go as they please? Or are they just, once they calling, kind of just stuck in this mindset of happy family, stay here?
They can go and come as they please, no matter who they are or what they do. Those who are called here to match and simply have a family. Whether they leave or not is up to them. but I rarely see that happen. He gives a small smile at that. Those who come here find a family, and they love their family.
So they're not controlled or just have their feelings made up for them?
Of course not. The call of the goddess is simple.
Ellie just goes quiet and puts her head down and plays with her hair.
I mean, to be fair, I did disclose to you that there's enchantment magic going around, so there is a pretty good chance that
That is true,
charm.
but doesn't change the fact that she's still hurt and doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's like,
She
the goddess
doesn't know
calls
how
and
she's
they
feeling.
answer. The goddess calls and they answer. They come, they make a family, and some leave. But if you were an orphan, stuck on the street, and you found a family, found people who cared about you, and you cared about them in twine, would you ever leave them?
No. And I don't understand why those who already have a happy life outside of the town would leave in the first place either. Just because they got a calling.
Some just do not have people to return to. Or sometimes
Even-
they just feel alone.
So no matter how much they'll be missed and everything, even if they didn't acknowledge the feelings or how it will take effect, they still get that calling because of the loneliness.
He kind of raises his eyebrow at you. He's like,
I'm
Are
sorry,
you-
I'm bantering.
You seem to have a very specific question in mind, my dear.
I really don't. I'm just going through the motions. I don't know what I'm feeling. I just lost someone really close to me and I don't know how to describe the feeling. It's a new feeling of mine, so.
I'm sorry to hear that, child. If you ever need somebody, if you ever need a family, ours is open.
I keep myself surrounded. Thank you.
He nods. If that is all.
While they're talking, I'd like to do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pick the lock, I assume.
Oh, I don't have any lockpicks. I'm not that good at that. I should get some,
Let's,
though. I do have a high
Switch with
tech
my
score.
thief tools.
What'd
I
you like to
mean-
do?
I would like to do 2 spells, please.
No, okay.
The first spell is I would like to cast Silence. Now, if I'm
Ooh.
reading the spell right, it says I can cast it anywhere within 120 feet. It doesn't seem to say I need line of sight.
You're welcome
I'm
to paste
hoping-
it, by the way.
Are you gonna follow that up with like knock or something like
That's
that?
exactly what I'm gonna do.
Oh no!
Oh no, he's breaking and entering.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So Sin,
So-
if you don't know what knock does, basically
Oh,
he gets to
I'll post that too.
Sorry.
So I want the Sphere of Silence to just cover the door. So I'm gonna set it like 21 feet. Or I'm sorry, if the door is 1 foot in front of me, I'm gonna set it like 20 feet in front of me, so that it's just barely covering the door.
Oh, okay.
That way I can still do a verbal spell, because I don't want to be silenced by my own spell. And I'm going to cast Knock. I'm going to try to whisper it as quietly as I can so no one hears me. But so like, I'm going to put the spell there, and then cast Knock.
Nice. Let's see.
That's what the circle was.
Ah. Oh, okay, cool. So unlocks whatever it is that's locked.
Yep.
it unlocks and causes it to burst open if I remember correctly.
Which is why I'm
Yeah,
casting
the
Silence.
silence works really well for that. Interesting. That's a fascinating sequence of events right there, honestly.
It's costing me 2 of my highest spell slots.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, I still only have first level spell slots.
Uh,
That's why
Yeah,
Supplementing
okay,
with
yeah.
something
So
about
you
spellcasting.
crack open the door. It does fling out towards you, but because the cone of silence, there is absolutely no sound. You'd nearly get smacked by the door from just the sheer force of it, but you are very dexterous. So you are perfectly fine. I was not expecting you to go into the second floor, but we'll explore that next.
Yeah, it's getting kind of late.
Yeah.
We did start late, so
We did, yeah. But we'll explore the. God, I was not expecting that, but okay.
What do you expect is going to happen when a roguish individual is given a lock?
Yeah, I know, right? But alright, yeah. So Shaky sneaks upstairs. Uh, Technically, let's say that's a 20-foot thing. You would have gotten Ellie in that, so.
I needed
Oh, yeah.
silenced
Well,
anyway.
I am a floor above,
Oh, that's true. Well, it does say sphere.
I need
right? But not
silenced.
a cone.
No, that's
So
true.
on the plane I'm at,
Speaking
I would
of,
just
I
have
could actually
barely
blind
missed her.
both of
Yeah.
those guys there if we needed to.
Yes, I would just barely missed her, which she would know nothing about. But yeah, so is there anything left that you want to ask them about? Shaky sneaks?
Sneaky
I mean, I don't think Eleanor can ask. Oh wait, no, right? She's above, or she's
Yeah,
below. Oh, the sphere, so
Just
she could still talk.
Barely outside of it.
I think that's the echo that's typically associated with the church would be all wonky because of the.
No, that
the
would be really
sphere
weird,
itself.
but we'll ignore that for now.
Yeah, you're looking too far into it.
to
Anyways,
be
yeah.
fair, the wall in the back is flat, so if the acoustics bounce off, they're probably not going to bounce directly back to the target.
Mhm.
They're
Well, the
probably
dumb
going
guy
to
tries
try
to
around
be
other walls first.
Yeah,
When
enough.
the guy tries to think in logic.
Yeah, you're good. Enough secondary echoes hitting the area to make it fine.
Well, Right, but also like the round side of the cathedral is the front side. That way the sound echoes out back towards the flat side.
Oh, yeah, and so people
fair
can
enough.
hear from the podium. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't go the other way.
But yeah, so he's just kind of standing there, just kind of looking at the two of you.
Am I hearing anything from the lady as I sneak closer?
No,
Breathing,
she's not
I
making
hope.
any sound.
No breathing?
You're hearing very faint breathe. Well, with the
Okay,
echo
okay.
of the church, it'd be kind of difficult, but with your perception, you'd be focusing really intently. You would be able to hear faint breathing from her. She is alive. She is just weirdly quiet.
I
But
just
yeah,
want to see what she's doing.
she
wanna
seems
get up
to.
there.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you
Sitting
wouldn't be able to see
idly
what she's doing
staring.
at all at the moment.
Sorry, what?
What are you saying, Oliver?
I said sitting idly staring.
Oh, yeah.
It's always an option, but I
I
want to
just
know.
want to. I just want to expect that when and you get far enough to see her the front of her face, she's just like got both eyes just like pointing in weird random directions.
You are able to keep moving up if you want to. The got big guys focused on them, who aren't saying anything, so he's just kind of looking at them in
Yay.
awkward silence.
I mean, again, I'm just sitting here trying to think of what sort of question I can ask that makes it actually sound like we're here just trying to take it to her of the location. Just
And then
what
there's
kind of
me,
question can I
emotional
ask about?
something.
What kind of question can I ask him about the about the specific construction or other things about this specific location here? Actually, here's another question: Are these statues actually here?
They would be. It seems like this church is, kind of designed, but they don't seem to be statues of anything specific. They just seem to be weird, humanoid-esque statues.
I'm just going to look at one of them and just simply ask, so is this the assumed appearance of Equinox?
Unfortunately, no. We do not know anything about what Equinox looks like at this present moment. These statues kind of came with the church. We a long time ago had a fight, suppose you would say it's a quarrel of sorts, with a wandering dragonborn party. And they left as of probably about 5 years or so ago, after we lost several people. And we kind of founded this church, or this area, I suppose, trying to lick our wounds and restart a life, so to speak. And the goss guides us with every step we take. This church was here, we built the town, well, rebuilt it again, and this church stands steady. But this church was not originally ours, nor was it originally for the goddess.
Who was it originally associated with?
I do not know. I assume it's of Palor, but there are many gods and goddesses.
You said all of the statues look different?
They all look the same vague humanoid-ish shape.
Understood.
He nods and kind of slowly goes back over to his chair, well, his seatings, and then kind of, it's a weird compression almost, as he sits down in a seat that's vaguely made for, well, technically this seat is made for 3 people, he's taking up, like, 1 slot of it, weirdly enough, but, like, he, like, almost compresses his body almost completely down. If that is all, we must return to our prayer.
Fair enough. We'll
okay,
try
just-
our hardest not to bother you. Sorry, sir.
You're good. He nods and he's like, "It is alright. Come whenever you need." Being right there, you would probably be able to see, just kind of like peek your head over this side.
Yeah.
As you do, roll me stealth again real quick.
Okay.
Don't botch this.
Oh, I still do. Okay. Quick question before I roll. We still have that like 1 success, right?
Yes, you do have a fated success.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, 15's good. Would you like to use it now, or?
It is probably the last roll of the day.
True.
And
Yeah. Okay.
we're taking a nap eventually.
Alright,
I'll
cool.
do it. I'll do it.
So with your super sneaky abilities and stuff, and that technical crit success right there, you do in fact peek your head over the side, and you see her just kind of sitting there, not really moving. Her eyes are closed, her cowl kind of over her head slightly. She does not seem to be doing pretty much anything as of the moment.
Is she like holding anything?
No, she's not. Except for her own hands. She does seem to have, what is it? Clerics always have a, religious icon. What's it called?
Holy symbol?
Holy symbol. Thank you. I don't know why I forgot about that. So, clerics always have a holy symbol. Specifically dedicated to their god. She does in fact have what seems to be a holy symbol on her chest. Specifically is a holy symbol of... yeah, she's that. What looks to be... effectively, it's a life domain cleric's holy symbol. So I'm going to say it's a big flower, a big rose, basically, that's kind of in bloom. I would say would be kind of the holy symbol of like a necklace around her neck.
Okay.
She does not seem to notice you in any way, shape, or form.
And did I see anything kind of like the same symbol on the dude when he was standing?
No.
Okay.
And with that crit, I will say you're able to move around how you wish. Obviously not directly in front of them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, straight up. Can I take a look at that? No.
You're able to see that, just kind of from your position. It does appear to be, Oh my god, what would this be? I know exactly what it should be, but my brain is cutting. It's basically a small pillar. As I said before, it was kind of radiating a little bit of her powers, but it does seem to be a
Pedestal,
small pillar.
dais, altar. Pedestal,
Altar.
dais,
That's a
altar.
good one. It seems to be a small altar, and there seems to be two items on it. One is a small dagger, probably small enough that a child could wield it, but it's not looking like it would be useful as like an actual dagger. And the other one is a very small shield. They're almost like toys.
Is there anything on the like big table at the back?
Not that you can see now.
Okay. I'll just scooch.
Cool.
Start scooching back.
Slowly starts making your way back. Alright, so we'll end it here, I suppose, and then next episode we'll look at whatever Shaky's doing, and either him sneaking out the same way he came in, or throwing himself out the window, depending on how he
It's
wants to
probably
exit.
silenced, so it might be an option.
Just fucking throws himself out the silenced window, hits the ground, or the fucking glass just kind of hits the ground and shatters. That would be hilarious. So we'll see how that's all done next episode. And next episode we should be getting to y'all talking with Ezekiel, and then the night begins. And we're gonna have fun with that.
Nope.
And guess whose birthday is next stream?
Nope.
Uh,
Not
yours?
gonna celebrate
Chicky?
it. Screw it.
Yeah, it's Chicky's birthday next stream.
Feliz cumpleaños, Satsy.
Maybe we should just like have like a one shot for her where she's just like the hero.
Oh, she'll be a hero this one shot.
That
Don't
would be
worry
awesome,
about it.
actually.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I would happily run like a one-page RPG one shot if you wanted.
Yeah, we could totally do that, Ellie, if you want to.
I feel
How do
like
you feel
next
about
episode's
dang,
gonna be a
Bigfoot
mess.
stole my car?
Oh jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Where's my car, you son of a bitch?
I think next episode's gonna be entertaining enough.
Well, we'll have Shaky do a video. Shaky do a one shot at some point. I'm very curious. But yeah, next episode, we're gonna have a fight. We're gonna see how long it takes. The entire fight may take up next episode. It may take up the episode after that. I don't know. I don't do combat in 5e very often, but I'm hoping it's gonna be a very, very fun battle for you guys. There's a lot of small bits to it for you, but it should be very entertaining and very heart-wrenching. So feel free to join us on June 3rd for both Ellie's birthday and this. It's 7:30 p.m. PST. We should hopefully be on time, but we'll see what we can do. And if you guys are interested in checking out any of our other content, feel free to head over to these links. Yes. And we'll see all of you fine folks on the next episode. Thank you guys for joining me, and hopefully you had fun. And we'll see you
Well,
guys.
boys, are you ready for Sinicide?
Wow, we'll see. How much murder can we pull off tomorrow or 2 weeks from now?
So much.
I already
So
broke the
prepared.
bartender's heart because as soon as I was supposed to see Jackson, I was supposed to hit him in some way. So
You didn't
I
even
wonder-
do that, girl.
I wonder how mad Google's gonna get at me for looking that up.
Oh, it's gonna be great. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Wait, so you're telling me that
Hey.
that I spent the
Bye.
entire episode trying to drag myself out of my grave and now I have to get back into it?
Go down your grave, boy.
No!